Guys, Puppy's World here, and we've got the Project Debut 3 turntable out of its box, unpacked since our last video, and as you can see, things are very well placed with the platter being at the bottom, the power supply in the foam casing there, and then the actual turntable itself sits encased in a bag, so we don't have to worry about that, and then cover is just placed on top. So we've got the cover right here, comes in a nice bag of course too, covered as well. Then we've got turntable. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this now, as it should be 100% flawless. So we have the Project Debut Carbon 3. Debut 3. Now we'll carbon it as well with a carbon fiber tone arm, as well as a, well, we'll do a ortofon cartridge at some point. That just looks flawless. Alright guys, I'm going to pull it out of its bag now. Alright guys, and there you have it. There is the Project Matte Black, of course. I wanted it to match all of my other components. It comes exactly as you see such. I have not even given it a dusting, as it's right out of the package. Bag right off. Go ahead and take a look at that cartridge. Alright, look at that tone arm, guys. It looks like a nice, very nice tone arm, as opposed to my ortofon over here. So we'll have a look. We'll go ahead and place the belt on. Then we'll place the platter. And then remove both screws as well. And get this thing spinning. Remove that. And also clean stylus with cover. Thank you. And we will update you once we get that set up. Alright guys, we've got it out of its packaging now, and we have removed the 2 red screws that have asked us to remove. Remove red screws. We are now carefully, with very, very, very clean hands, we are handling the supplied belt that came. As you can see, I'd say it's a good quality rubber belt, and we are going to install it properly with the name displayed upright. Go ahead and remove that. And I'll get to installing that belt, guys. Alright, we've gone and properly installed that belt now on the Debut 3 from Project. Now, as you can see, guys, the belt is slightly angled on the platter device here. So I'm going to go ahead and set our anti-skating, or our tone arm weight. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove the tone arm guard. I'm going to put the platter on right now. So, after doing such, I'll be back quickly, and we will have our power supply exposed and out of the box and set up and ready to transport. Alright. Alright guys, here's the power supply. I do like the fact that from the factory it is covering the prongs with the cardboard. It's Underwriter's Laboratory Passed. So I'd say, oh, that fell off, and that's looking pretty good there. And we just got a basic power supply right here. We're going to go ahead and get to that platter. Alright folks, we've got our platter and our felt mat on our platter installed. I will not spin it at all or move it. I'm going to remove the tone arm zip tie here very carefully. Being careful not to apply any stress on the top of the tone arm, specifically not to push it downward and not to adjust that in any way, shape, or form, or get that, you know, screwed up in any way. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this off, guys, really carefully. And then, yeah, we'll transport her to the other table. Okay, one thing, guys, one word here to be said before installing or buying this. It does come pre-loaded or installed with a factory cartridge. cartridge. So in the instructions, it does specifically say, this is the first page, accessories here, what is supplied. First step is it does have 2 screws that need to be removed. You need to remove those 2 screws that lock in the motor for transportation. So you remove those 2 screws, the motor is then able to turn. You apply the belt, which I have done. You then apply the steel platter plate, then apply the felt platter, and then from there we will go ahead and adjust our tone arm and our factory cartridge and anti-skating. We'll go ahead and use, I will show what is supplied here, but what is supplied is a 2-point cartridge alignment protractor, so you can see, probably one of the best you'll get from a factory like that. More amazingly though, we've got, yes, we've got our anti-skating weight now. That is important for the future. And we've got a key. We've got, I believe, a little counterweight, and then a Allen key. Most importantly, what I have never seen in a factory turntable is specifically gold-plated RCAs grounded. So ground cable obviously included. And we've got, look at that, guys, that is good quality. So I like to see that. And yeah, we'll hook this puppy up and go from there, calibrate him up, and see what is required from him from that point on. Alright, we'll be back here. Alright guys, there is a number of different things and steps required for this project, so I'm going to go ahead and take the old slippers off here and get comfy. Okay, so we have the cover here that is placed in another dust-proof electrostatic bag, it appears. Maybe not electrostatic, but dust-proof covered. So this thing is extremely packed well with everything protected in it. We'll go ahead and have a look at this. And just what I expected, the nice project label cleanly displayed on the front. Very, very clean, very aesthetically pleasing dust cover. Just sliding it on the back like that. So go ahead and slide her on up and see what we look like. Alright guys, 100% flawless, easy operation. Very, very, very simple setup. Very, just not that complicated at all. I mean, from the looks and maybe from some periodicals and stuff, this thing may appear hard, but there's nothing to basically setting it up. It's just ensuring that now you've got these screws properly placed here so that this thing can open up without, you know. So we'll do that. And let's have a peek at the back of it now. So we've got it all set up, all ready to plug in our power supply and transport her to the table. By the way, guys, I am going to opt for the wood setup. We'll set that soon, based on our weight. The supplied weight, guys, I believe, yeah, is right around there. So it's set up for a cartridge between 3.5 and 5.5 grams. One thing that is unique, and you're going to want to know this, recommended downforce for the factory-fitted cartridge is 17. But specifically, guys, one thing that I do know about this that is recommended, it's recommended at about 47,000 ohms. So I want to see if yep. The recommended load resistance for factory-fitted cartridge is 47,000 ohms on a moving magnet input. So we're going to go, before any connections take place, we're going to go to our Emotiva phono preamplifier. We are not going to be using a project box. We'll try the project phono box at some point soon. But we're going to be going moving magnet, of course. So I'm going to switch that, and we're going to be going with 47 ohms. We'll go ahead and switch that up too soon. But yeah, we'll want to set it at 47 ohms. Moving magnet, of course. We'll give power to this once the turntable is ready to place it in its home and then get going here. One other thing, guys, one other word of mouth is that they recommend, all record players recommend being placed on a wood table to avoid vibrations during playback. That is something that you should already know. Alright guys, a quick word simply before we move on here with this setup, but we are going to be specifically setting it up here based on top of our amplifier for right now, only because we're going to be doing some scenario testing in terms of where it sounds best, where we're going to want to keep it. But I will say ultimately, guys, that this has to be stored directly on the desk. So normally you don't see it much in my videos because I do move the stuff around before and after the taking the videos. No, I'm not scripted in any way, shape, or form. So once we get that guy placed there, the Emotiva is simply there for testing purposes and kind of setup stuff. So yes, it will be hooked up to the Emotiva, but the Emotiva will be more or less off to the side, and turntable will be right there, ready to use, ready to flip up, and if not, on our turntable table. So we've got two tables like that have normally had turntables on them. We would use this desk. This is a solder desk, so we would normally use this because it's very, very stable, weighs about 100 pounds already. It's not going to move anywhere. But as opposed to, and by the way, guys, so for the shipping, if you buy it from Amazon, you will get that box, of course, inside of this box. So it is shipped very, very, very efficiently, and opposed to going... The light for a second. Put down with two if you would. Okay, so as opposed to, I have my other turntable table right now sitting with my Marantz and our 1606 and the cable box on top of that. Those are not permanent setups either, as the sub kind of fits directly underneath there. If we were going to go with a subwoofer, we'd have that Valadyne sub sitting below it, and then we kind of swap out the other stuff to SVS as we move in and sway kind of calf outwards and stuff. So we'll be going that route soon, but bear with me, guys, as I do have to set this guy up properly. He should be placed in a good setup, and we'll be going kind of moving into here next with it, so check back from my next videos. By the way, I just saw a Sound and Vision sitting there that came, guys. Keep in mind, vinyl, as we're so fond of, vinyl has outsold CD sales in Europe in 2016. They beat them by downloads and everything. Vinyl beat all form of digital media last year in the UK and Europe. So I'll probably go ahead and need that flashlight real quick there, but this is kind of the run-on portion of the video. So as opposed to, bam, the Audiotechnica, we can go right to the Marantz and our 1606 with switching this guy from phono to line. He'll just go up to any, and guys, yes, normally that's got marking right there because USB port would exist if that weren't there. However, this circuitry does not have the board set up on the chipset, so don't know why they use the same chassis. As you can see, it is an ATLP60, the cheapest turntable you can possibly buy from Audiotechnica, but with factory moving coil, setup and all that, has proven to be one heck of a beast. So I have to say, guys, that I'm going to be trying this guy out in multiple other rooms as well. But with that factory cartridge and all that, it has worked out phenomenally. Believe it or not, with that factory stylus, this thing is cleaner than putting the diamond needle on top of it. And with a counterweight. So, we'll have some comparisons that way, but we've got a few turntables, obviously, to go through and kind of run through and see if they make sense. Oh yeah, by the way, I'll find you. We got our Oppo. I'm always saying it wrong. Oppo. Might have to check out Exponia if you can, guys, this year. May time. I just saw the dates on there. But, yeah, right there. So, vinyl beats downloads. Yeah. So, sales in the UK last year, according to the Entertainment Retailers Association, vinyl sales doubled from 1.2 million euros to 2.4 million euros, and downloads were halved. So there you have it, guys. Another thing that's on the news is AT&T is violating net neutrality by using data cap exemptions to facilitate access to video from its own DirecTV networks, asserts the FCC. So I'm not sure what AT&T folks are going to be experiencing for internet soon. One other thing I also wanted to kind of mention quick, Spotify's premium app now controls Sonos speakers. That's really cool. THX will certify it's going to have a live, like THX live for concerts and performances and stuff, so that'll be interesting. Amazon branded batteries, guys, #1. They are like winning. Amazon Basics brand winning 1/3 of online battery sales. Guys, if I'm going to buy batteries, cheap non-rechargeables like that, unless they're 18650s or something like that from LG or FSET or, any other brand, I'm going to be going with those Amazon ones, not those 9 volts. But PlayStation 4 includes Ultra HD, and high dynamic range support. The $400 price of admission includes the ability to stream Netflix in ultra high definition. Now, Netflix News is going to start to see previews coming up, but it's more going to be about the synopsis and the characters, and also the program spending. Reed, I don't know if you did too well with your business there. Actually, well, I'm glad I bought into you years ago at the $70 stock price. Okay, YouTube right now has over 1.5 million paying subscribers in addition to its 1 billion users of its free version, guys. So you're watching my video right now. There's 1 billion people doing the same, and hopefully my video. The $9.99 month service launched last October. Lets you stream music and music videos without ads. Original average movie content allows for offline viewing. Lets you listen with the screen off and includes a no extra cost subscription to Google Play Music. That's kind of the smart thing about that. Smartwatches taint, guys. We would have seen that. Nobody's ever seen me with a smartwatch on. May have a Fitbit and some other things. The S-Health app on my phone. I'm always counting steps, legitimizing a good 300,000 each day, believe it or not. That's on a good day. 100,000 on a bad day. Most people set their goals at 100,000. Okay. I will set this thing up and be back, guys. Thank you.